This is Conversations with Paycheck and Red, a weekly podcast with two good old boys talking about anything and everything that crosses their mind. You may not know what you're going to get with an episode of Paycheck and Red, but you sure know you don't want to miss it. So do what you got to do. Download the app, find the episodes online, and make sure that you don't miss 1 second of Conversations with Paycheck and Red.
What's up, muff huggers? It's me. It's what I call myself, me. And as always, I'm with my boy Red.
What's up, party people?
What's going on with you? What's that noise, bruh?
You caught me right in the middle of a safety meeting, man.
Hey, you know that old saying, safety first.
Yeah, man.
What's going on with you? Everything good? How was your week?
Oh, well, it's week. Damn, it ain't been Monday.
Yeah, I know, but it's been a week since we've, the last episode.
Oh, right. Yeah. Good, I guess. Working, paying the bills. You know, the usual.
I mean, you have to pay bills every week?
Sometimes.
Every week you say, working, paying bills. This motherfucker's got a bill to pay every week.
Hey, that's what happens when you grow up and you start adulting.
Yeah, I heard that.
Bills, yeah.
So,
how you doing? How you living this week? You all right?
Oh man, I'm living the dream. I am 100% sober. So that's different. Yeah. I appreciate the positivity there, brother.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, it's different. I'm going through some things, you know what I mean? Just trying to manipulate the internal system. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It sucks, but you know, every now and then you're
trying to get rid of that dad bod.
Yeah, well, not necessarily. I mean, sometimes you got to go through what we call in the truck driving world a regen. You got to regenerate. We got to hit that reset button. You know, and some of it is, you know, just it's powerful to know that you have full control over yourself. Man, that's a good idea. I heard that. I am going to drink a beer with you tonight. I've been saving this beer. It's a tall boy, PBR. It's American classic.
Well, calm down. Don't get too excited to spill it.
Dude, I literally ran in here to the refrigerator.
It sounded like it.
Yeah.
Like you went full sprint.
Yeah, I did. Trip. But I got it.
Good job.
Yeah, so, yeah, that's what's been going on. Just a lot of changing some shit around. Getting in touch with me, because that's what I call myself, me.
Yeah. I hear you.
So, what's on the agenda for this episode?
I think we're going to talk about some urban legends, Paycheck.
Yeah, I know a few of them. Growing up at parties and I think it's weird, the whole urban legend thing. The most conversations that I've had about urban legends were with chicks for some reason.
Urban legends about chicks, or just talking to chicks about urban legends?
Yeah, it's, you know, so like I don't think I've ever talked to a bunch of dudes about urban legends. I think it was those moments, those awkward moments when, you know, you're trying to get in their pants, but you're trying to be the nice guy. So, you know, you're having that meaningless conversation, and urban legends comes up. You know what I mean? Like
you talk about urban legends while you trying to get into a girl's pants? That's weird, man.
What do you mean that's weird, dude? You talk about what do you talk about? Hot dogs?
Well, not urban legends. I'm talking about like,
What kind of Pop-Tarts do you like? What kind of Pop-Tarts are you into? You know, that kind of shit.
What's your blood pressure? What size shoe you wear? Urban legends.
So good.
Urban legends. So, babe, real quick before I stick my hand in your panties, you heard the newest urban legend going around?
Well, yeah, dude, I got to make sure that they haven't been on a Ouija board. I ain't trying to get with no possessed chick.
Okay.
Dude, well, that was some awkward. That was awkward.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I get it.
Yeah. So, urban legends.
Yeah.
So, what urban legend do you know of?
Oh man, I know a bunch of them. I mean, there's the whole the Bloody Mary legend. When you go in the bathroom with your friends, and you cut the lights out, you stand in front of the mirror, and you say Bloody Mary 3 times, and she's supposed to appear in the mirror or whatever.
Yeah, done it and debunked it. Total bullshit. Have you done it?
Yeah.
Did you see some chick named Mary? It was bloody. Is that the urban legend that you're supposed to see some chick named Mary?
Yeah, her name's Mary Worth. She was a woman supposedly executed for being a witch. Like, it's a whole thing. Like, I mean, I didn't particularly see her, but I did run into.
Wait! You didn't what? See her particularly?
What? I said particularly.
You said I didn't particularly. Dude, that safety meeting went way too far.
I did not say particularly. No, I did not.
Yo, okay, we'll listen to it. You know.
All right, we'll do it in post. All right. I didn't particularly see her, but I did run into some people making that.
You ran into her?
Can I finish my fucking story real quick? I mean,
oh, hey, Mary, what's up?
Funny seeing you here.
I only called you like 2 nights ago.
Right. I called you 3 fucking times, girl. Damn.
Typical broad.
Yeah, right.
I'm sorry. That was offensive. That's an offensive word. I take it back.
I've been saying chick for like 10 minutes now, and then broad is offensive?
Yeah, broad is a little aggressive. Anyway, so you didn't particularly see her, but
I did run into some people making out in the bathroom. And funny thing is, the girl that the dude was making out with, her name was Mary Beth. So it's kind of, you know what I mean? I kind of seen Bloody Mary. I don't know if she's on her period or not, but I mean,
ugh. Did it smell like iron in there when you went in there?
No, it smelled like corn chips and tuna salad. So yeah, Bloody Mary.
Yeah, I personally have done that one several times. Never saw anything. Did get the old hair raised up on the back of the neck deal, but yeah, that was about it. So the next thing that we can we'll switch to Ouija boards. Now I have a little bit of experience in the whole Ouija board department, and dude, that is not. You remember Milton Bradley came out with this fucking game? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Milton Bradley didn't invent the Ouija board. You know that, right?
No, I know, but how ironic that a game board manufacturer puts out a Ouija board and they call it a game and sell it in all your local Walmarts or, you know, wherever it is you go to get your damn house shit.
You never whipped out a Ouija board for family game night, man?
No.
Summon some spirits and shit?
No. But there's a reason. Because that now I may have messed with it a few times, but in both times it was super sketchy. You know, now here's the interesting thing about a Ouija board. So you always have that one fucking friend, you know what I mean, that you can never believe, you can't trust them, you know, so most of the time, I think I did it twice, like I said. I don't know if this dude was being for real, if it was a joke, you know what I mean? But there were times where the damn thing moved by itself. Now, I don't know if somebody set it up to do that or it was a big joke or whatever, but I've witnessed that little window thing move by itself, and that was a wrap for me. I said, nope, not today, and haven't messed with it since. Matter of fact, it is forbidden to be in my house. My kids are forbidden to play with it because the research that I've done and a little bit of information that I have suggests that that is a potential portal for demonic presences.
Presences.
Presences?
I'm not sure about the plural for presents, but now are you talking about like you literally watched the planchette move across the board with no hands on it?
Absolutely. But now here's the thing. I may or may not have participated in some extracurricular activities prior to, so I don't know if somebody kind of raised one side and it slid, but if I remember correctly, those things didn't really slide, you know what I mean? Like they had some sort of grip or something on the bottom of them, didn't they?
They well, the ones I fucked with had they were made out of wood with a little glass eye in the middle of them, and they were.
Yeah, I prefer you didn't say fucked with.
And they had a little bit of weight to them. They had they were kind of heavy, so you can't just tilt the board and make one slide across, I don't think.
Right. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Now, I'm not saying that I believe in that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that that's, you know, it was a demonic presence or whatever. But what I am saying is that I don't fuck with them things.
I was gonna refer to my Ouija board for our next episode to see what we're gonna talk about. If that's all right with you.
Yeah, hey, help yourself. Help yourself.
No, man. I mean, I used to fuck with them at parties. I fucked with a couple of them when I was younger, to no avail.
Wow.
Same instance you were in there. Same scenario with some people fucking around, extracurricular activities. Said, hey, man, I got a Ouija board. You want to try it out? Yeah, dude, break it out. So, I mean, yeah.
What happened?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. It didn't move at all?
Well, I mean, you put your hands on it and ask me questions and shit, but, I mean...
Did it move? Did it move when y'all put your hands on it?
Yeah, but I think that's a psychological thing, man. Like, I was wanting something to happen, and it just moved. People just like moving it across the board and stuff, so, yeah, I'm not saying I don't believe in it, but it's going to take more than a Milton Bradley game board to summon the spirit, I think.
I remember hearing a story back in the day when I was a kid, teenager maybe, about a kid and one individual that was playing with one, and he fell asleep with his hands on it. And as he fell asleep, of course, you know, you lose control of your head, you know what I mean? Eventually, you know, your head falls. So his head fell on the little triangle deal. And
it's called a planchette.
A planchette?
Yes.
Are you sure it's not a planche?
No, it's planchette.
Is it spelled Planchete?
As far as I know. Yes.
Okay, I'm going to call it a planche, okay?
Yeah, sure, go ahead, man. Hey, real quick though, are you recording your side in the woods or something?
Yeah, I figured this is an urban legend.
Right, you're fully immersing yourself, huh?
Yeah, I'm actually in a cornfield right now.
Nice.
Naked, running backwards.
I hear you. You ever hear this urban legend right here is a good one. I've heard it before. It's around your way, actually. It takes place in Florida. alligators in a swamp. Well, not alligators in a swamp. Alligators in a sewer.
Yeah, we call them gators here, just FYI. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, it's a gator. Alligator, gators, huge.
No. Not alligator. Gator. That's it. Just gator.
Okay, anyway.
Say it with me.
Well, say it, motherfucker. I'm trying to say it with you.
I did say it.
Oh, you said say it with
Gator.
me. I'm trying to say it. Gator. Okay, gator. Gators.
Yeah,
Gators
Ready?
in the sewer.
Ready? Gator. No, same time. No. Same time. Ready? Gator. Dude, same time. Gator.
It's fucking impossible. Anyway, the gators were brought up from Florida and kept as pets in New York. And when the owners decided they were too big to keep in the house, they turned them loose in the sewers of New York. I think it started around the 1930s or something like that. It floated around the newspapers for a while, but to this day, it's never been debunked that there are not gators in the sewers of New York. That's a really weird one. I would hate to be an employee of the city of New York cleaning sewers and just run across a 10-foot gator just chilling down under the street. You know what I mean? That'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, I understand it's a quote unquote legend, but I don't think that one's possible.
Why not?
Because gators naturally they sunbathe. That's how they regulate their body temperature. So, and especially, they require sun and water here in Florida, and it's 100 and something fucking degrees here. So I can only imagine that in New York, up north, that their body would be cold in the sewer system. Like, I mean, look, I don't want to rain on anybody's parade. You know what? Let me take that back. It's highly possible. I imagine there's like fucking gators everywhere in New York City in their damn sewer system. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we're not trying to scientifically debunk these things. Per
I live in Florida,
per the Conversation in Red podcast, but I mean, scientifically speaking, I would see where it would be kind of impossible. But
I live in Florida, so I personally, I don't give a shit. If there is or if there isn't. But if there is, that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
Huh?
But what about now I've traveled the world and I've heard this urban legend in multiple countries, in multiple states. So, you've traveled a little bit. I mean, you're in West Virginia now, and I'm in South Carolina. So the legend is that you follow the train tracks, and apparently for some odd reason, people like to party on the train tracks for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. There was a bright light that would shine way in the distance down the railroad tracks. It's almost like a
train.
Yeah, right. But it's something about a spirit or something about a train conductor, maybe. They got killed or something, and it's the light is actually their like we talked about on our last episode. It was an energy level, so it was a bright light. Have you ever heard anything about that?
Dude, I've
living in South
never,
Carolina?
ever in 38 years ever heard that before in my entire life. I've always heard that the light at the end of the tunnel is always the fucking train.
Typically, but
I mean, you're partying.
if any of our
partying on a railroad track. One can only assume you're consuming alcohol and party drugs, and hallucinogens and all that. So, you know, I'm partying on the fucking railroad tracks, and I see a light at the other end of them son of a bitches. I'm packing up my shit, and I'm getting out of the way because the train's coming.
Yeah, but eventually, if it was a train, eventually that train would come. Right? I mean,
you would think so, unless he was just parked, chilling for a few minutes or something. I mean, I don't know how trains work. I know how they work, but I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying that
they go one way.
That one's just kind of about as dumb as the alligators in the sewers. I mean, it is what it is. But you ever hear about people in, like, say, Mardi Gras that would get super drunk at Mardi Gras, and they would wake up the next morning in a bathtub in a hotel full of ice, and their sides would be hurting. They would get up and look in the mirror, and they'd have a big cut on their side all sewed up surgically, and they would go to the doctor and find out that one of their kidneys was missing.
Okay, full disclosure, before I answer this, Red and I have not talked about all these urban legends. We've only talked about having an episode about urban legends. So yes, if so, I'm assuming you've come across this from somewhere.
Well, I've heard it before, like back in high school about it happening.
So I've heard it also, but let's see if our stories corroborate.
So it was. The story is that, you know.
Wait. Let me get mine. Wait, does it have anything to do with a something put in their drink or something put in their food, some sort of opiate or something?
No, they're at Mardi Gras, dude. They get super plastered and get drunk as shit. And I guess there's somebody from the black organ market, like the black market for bodily organs, picking somebody at random that's hammering alcohol, and they follow them around, and they let them get super drunk, and they take them up to a hotel room. And the legend is that it's probably somebody in the medical field, obviously, because it's a surgical procedure. So they take them up to the room, and they cut one of their kidneys out, and they sew them up. And they just leave them to wake up from their drunken stupor from the night before and realize they don't have a fucking kidney, because the human body can live with one kidney. So they don't take both of them, they just take one.
I have heard this, but it involves some sort of chemical that was introduced to their beverage or their food. And that it would put them in a catatonic state. Because I mean, look, there's no way that you could lead me to believe that this could happen merely off alcohol. I don't think I've ever. Well, I'm not a big drinker, so I don't have a solid opinion about it. But have you ever gotten so drunk that it's possible that somebody could have taken one of your kidneys?
Yeah, dude. I've been around people drinking and get so drunk that they would pass out, and you could literally do anything. Drawing on them, leaving them outside in the driveway, spread eagle, butt naked, for them to wake up in the next morning, and just pranks that you pull on drunk people. You know what I mean?
And have anal sex with them?
No.
Come on, dude. Wait a minute. So you're telling me that have you been so drunk that it's a possibility, you could see that it would be possible that somebody could have taken your kidney?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so with that being said, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that you may have been violated anally at a party because you got so drunk. I mean, and you couldn't even deny that right now, right?
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I could.
Wait a minute. Now, if you were that drunk to where they could have taken your kidney, and I'm sure that you were that drunk and they could have anally violated you.
Yeah, but dude.
It's enough. I rest my case, Your Honor. I rest my case.
The human rectum is a very, very tight orifice. If you go sticking a average sized penis in it at any vigorous motion, when you wake up the next morning, you're going to feel that shit. It ain't just going to be like, oh, well, great party, Wayne. Get up out of the driveway. When I wake up, my first instinct is going to be, why is my ass hurt? Yeah, I think I'd know that if that happened. But come to find out, this happened like in the 95-ish time of the 90s, 95, 97, somewhere in that area. But later on, it was debunked. It was never true. I mean, you would think with the shit that goes on in this world today that it would be true, but it's been debunked. It was never true.
Well, I believe it's true. I believe the story that I heard was that there was a chemical involved, and it was introduced into their beverage or their food. That's neither here nor there. You know what I mean? We'll just call that one not possible, right? That's where we're gonna leave this one.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
So, do you have another one?
Do you have any more?
There was this song that we used to sing. It was 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, you better lock your door. And on. You get the gist of it. But then when you fall asleep, this dude he busts into your dreams and shit and just starts, being violent towards you. And if you die in your dream, then you die in real life. It's crazy.
That's a movie, dude.
Yeah, but I'm gonna call it an urban legend.
Okay.
So be cautious, when you fall asleep, and don't sing any songs. Don't sing any nursery rhymes or nothing. I'm sorry. I'm not taking this seriously. I apologize. I take that back.
No, dude. I mean, I was gonna go with it, but everybody knows that's not an urban legend. That's a Friday the 13th movie. This is a weird one. I did have one. Wait.
Why? You tell that to those people on fucking Elm Street that this is just some sort of urban legend.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I offended the people of Elm Street.
Yeah. You got one?
Yeah, this is pretty weird. This is a really, really weird one. I was scouring the internet for popular urban legends the other day just to have talking points. And I run across one that's super weird. Okay, so I'm gonna read this verbatim so you can get the full extent of the urban legend. So, the urban legend is called the licked hand. And in this popular urban legend, a scared girl, or sometimes if you hear it, it's an old lady, listens to an ominous dripping coming from within her home. She is reassured by the presence of her faithful dog who licks her hand from under the bed. Eventually, she investigates the noise only to find her dog slaughtered and a message written in blood that says, "Humans can lick hands too."
Yeah, that's creepy. And a little gross. I mean, I love my dog and everything, but the whole licking thing, yeah, I'm just not into that shit.
Well, no, I mean, she's asleep in the bed, and her arm just grazes over the edge of the bed while she's sleeping, and supposedly she thinks it's her dog licking her hand, and when she gets up, it's not her dog, because her dog's hanging in the kitchen ceiling, dripping blood and mangled all the hell back.
Why in the kitchen?
Or in the living room, or the dining room, or the bathroom. Hell, I don't know, I'm just saying, in the kitchen.
Oh, it doesn't give you a detailed geographical location?
No,
I mean,
it just says, as she investigates the noise, only to find her dog slaughtered, and a message written in blood that says, "Humans can lick hands too."
Well, how was this? Where was this message written at? Like on the wall, or like on a dry erase board?
On a dry erase board. It was written in blood, so I'm assuming it was on a wall or on that said kitchen floor or something like that. So
My wife would not have that shit. She would not be happy. Wake up and see blood on our white walls.
yeah, I mean, they make cleaners and.
So who is it?
It's somebody being really weird. Broke in her house and was under her bed and was licking her hand while she thought it was her dog. I mean, it's just a weird, creepy. Somebody's in my house kind of urban legend.
Yeah. So if I was to break in somebody's house, their hand, you know, that's not the first thing that, you know, like I would think about licking. You know what I mean?
Really? Do tell. Elaborate. Elaborate, please.
Well, that was a little creepy, but that was a little pervy.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
Ooh, I do have one. It just came to me.
All right.
So there was a babysitter, and she was babysitting this child, and she put the child to bed, and the child would cry, and the babysitter would go into the bedroom, and the child would say, "I don't like that clown. I don't like the clown." So, you know, the babysitter looks over at the clown, and yeah, it's a creepy little clown or whatever, but she doesn't think anything of it, you know, thinks it's just some kid. So she's like, you know, just go to bed, it's fine, or whatever. So this happens like several times throughout the night. So the parents, you know, she calls them and a few times saying, "Hey, what's up with this clown?" You know, no, I take that back. The first she calls and she's saying, you know, the child won't go to sleep. She's scared or whatever. Oh, it's no big deal. You know, the parents keep telling her, and then finally she calls and says, "Hey, you know, this child is not going to bed. Like, the child keeps crying and won't go to bed. And what's up with this damn clown in here? The child is creeped out by this clown." And the parents say, "Clown? We don't have." It was like a stuffed clown. I forgot to mention that. Not like a real deal clown. You know what I mean? So the parents are like, "I have no idea what you're talking about. There is no stuffed clown in that child's bedroom." So she goes back into the bedroom and looks at the clown, and it's actually a dwarf, a little person, dressed as a clown. And that little person was like a drunk, a drug addict, a convict, and it was literally raping this child all night long. And every time the babysitter would go in there, you know, of course, the clown would be in the clown clothes. So imagine, you know, you think, you know, a stuffed clown, you know, and then you see, you know, it ended up being a little person.
Okay.
Dude,
okay. Wait a minute. Let's run this by the real life real quick. Babysitter, little baby crying. There's a clown in my room. Okay. So when
not baby, like a child, like, you know, I'd say 5 or 6.
Right.
Like
either way, it doesn't matter. The age of the child is irrelevant here. But anyway, so. Babysitter.
Well, not necessarily. If there's grass, you know, play ball, right?
Wow.
I'm totally kidding.
That was fucked up. So, the babysitter puts an eye on this fucking clown.
Yeah, but the clown goes into, you know, stuffed animal mode.
But it's still gotta breathe.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure that they can hold their breath for just a few minutes while the babysitter comes in the dark.
Okay, so if this babysitter, wait a minute, if this babysitter has been up to this child's room more than 5 times, if I'm a babysitter and this baby keeps saying, or this kid, child, whatever, keeps saying, "Hey, I don't like that clown, he scares me, get him the fuck out of here," I'm taking that fucking clown, I'm sticking it in the closet, or I'm taking it back downstairs with me. So the baby will fucking go to sleep because I'm trying to party downstairs.
Yeah, dude, this is an urban legend.
Right, but
you're thinking way too much.
That doesn't even make sense.
Okay, picture this: you're babysitting.
Yeah.
You go in there and the kid says, "Oh, that clown," or whatever. You know, your thought process is gonna be like, "Oh, come on, you know, it's just a fucking clown. Go to bed."
Yeah, for the first couple
times.
Yeah.
Right. So after the first couple times is when they ultimately found out that it was a damn little person, and he tried to escape out the window, and the police called him, and that's how they found out that he was a convict and all this shit.
Why was he dressed like a clown to start with? He gets out of prison and just goes and buys a clown outfit?
Oh, that's his MO. That's his motive. Dresses in the clown, sneaks into a damn little kid's bedroom. At first it's, oh, look at the clown. And then, oh, don't touch me there. You know, what's going on here?
So if I was a little person and I had just got out of jail and I wanted to go start some shit with somebody just because I got out of jail, I got to go find my clown suit. And I'm the little person, so I'm pretty sure if I go to the party store, they're going to have to special order my clown suit. They're not going to have a little person. They're not going to have a little person clown suit on hand.
No, dude, imagine he found it on eBay or Amazon or something, or something like that. You know? I mean, we're living in this is 2018. You know what I mean?
How old is this urban legend?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sure that it was before Amazon and all that.
But no, I'm saying it's too. I mean, I don't know, dude. Like, anybody with any common sense, especially a babysitter, if they're trying to get a child to go to sleep and if something in the room scares it, they're going to want to remove from the room whatever scares the child. I mean, I'm probably going a little too deep, and that's fine, whatever. I'm just trying to create some content here. But I'm saying I would be removing the object that's giving the child stress from the room.
Well, I'll tell you this.
So when you go pick up that little fucking little person clown, it's going to be heavy. You know what I mean? Like, damn, this is a big-ass thumbnail.
And why is this clown got a cock?
Yeah, why is this clown got a heart on?
Well, the truth be told, I fibbed a little bit. It is not an urban legend. It is actually a true story.
Come on.
It is. Look it up. Listeners, if you're listening, look it up.
Oh, man, that's not an urban legend. That's a tall tale is what that is.
No, it's an example on how creepy people can be. So what else? You got another one?
Yeah, we can go with like maybe one more, I guess, with the whole stranger in the house. This is a pretty weird one. This kind of goes with the one you were just saying. Variations of the babysitter being harassed by phone calls, threatening phone calls that come to find out that the calls are coming from inside the house, and in some stories the kids upstairs have been murdered, and you know, it's there's some I've heard it before. There's even a couple horror movies about the urban legend. But with advances in cell phone technology, with Snapchat and all that kind of shit, you know, people, the killer in the house is sending pictures of things inside the house. There's so many variations of it to let the babysitter know that he's in the house, but she don't know where he's at and all this kind of stuff. But come to find out that one is also not true.
Isn't that the whole premise behind what's that movie with the mask and the knife and the butcher knife?
Scream?
Yeah, isn't that the whole premise behind that?
Yeah, there's tons of horror movies about that whole thing, like that whole entire scenario. Scream.
I'll tell you this much: it's ruining the whole babysitter porn for me, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, maybe they should make like a XXX porn.
I'm not into what do they call those? Snuff films?
Yeah. A little bit of sex, a little bit of aggressiveness, a little bit of killing, a little bit of stabbing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it would be your stereotypical people run upstairs instead of running out the door bullshit. That's why I'm not really into horror films. I critique horror films. I spend the whole time. Why in the hell would they do that? Well, you know what I mean? There's a fucking car parked right outside.
Yeah,
you know I mean?
some of my favorite horror movies were the Friday the 13th slasher films and the Jason, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy Krueger stuff, you know, and the way they do horror movies and the way they take and do spin-offs of certain urban legends, they do them to death. Pardon the pun, but they remake the same movie over and over again. So then when an urban legend comes out about that same scenario, you're like, okay, whatever, that's bullshit. They made a movie about it already. So it kind of takes away, it kind of loses its luster, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I will say that I'm not a big horror film fan. The wife is. So, you know, I humor her when it comes to, you know, movie night or whatever, and we'll watch it, whatever. But I will say that my dislike for horror films stems back to the first Poltergeist.
Oh,
I remember.
Oh yeah, dude.
I remember crying. I was so scared during I believe it was the first Poltergeist. What was that, back in like 82, 85, something like that?
I think it was like 82, 83, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, so that would put me, I was born in 75. So I was a little kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I distinctly remember covering it was one of those, I think it was, we were visiting some family, and they had the fold-out couch, you know, and all my cousins and everything, we were in the fold-out couch watching horror films. I remember pulling the damn blankets over my head and being like, nope. Yeah. Not watching this anymore. And I believe it was the whole Carol Ann. Just, this is how crazy horror films are, if they're done right. Just her saying they're back was super creepy to me. So quick little story on top of that. So my oldest daughter, she was 5 or 6, maybe, yeah, about 5 or 6. And I was back in the day before I became a truck driver, you know, I had kind of insomnia, so I'd stay up late. I remember all the lights were off, the TV was on, so you have that glow of the TV going throughout the living room, and we had this long hallway, and I was watching. It was a little scary. I don't think it was a horror film or whatever, but it was a creepy movie. Dude, I felt, you know how you can feel a presence, or you can feel something staring at you?
Yeah.
Dude, so now, quickly, my daughter, my oldest daughter, is blonde hair, blue eyes, almost Carol Ann to a T when she was little. So I just happened to glance down the damn hallway, seeing her little ass standing right there in the damn hallway, and almost flipped out. Yeah, so I don't do urban legends. I keep everything rainbows and unicorns.
I hear you. That's super gay, man. Super gay.
Yeah, it is. I don't have nightmares.
The scariest part of Poltergeist when I was growing up wasn't Carol Ann. It wasn't the staticky TV.
It was the little person, wasn't it?
The little old lady.
Yeah. Did he? See? Put her in a fucking clown suit, dude.
And wait a minute, the little old lady and the white hair, I forget his name now, his name leaves me, but the white haired preacher with the white brim hat.
Yeah, super creepy.
Yeah, I can't remember his name right off, but the little old lady and that preacher was the scariest part of that whole entire deal.
Yeah, I'd agree. And one of the creepiest things that I recall her saying was, "This house is clear."
Yeah, I think.
Was that one? Yeah, that was one, right?
Yeah, Jim Carrey done a little mock of that on his Ace Ventura movie. I have exorcised the demons.
Yeah.
This house is clear.
Well, all right, so that does it for our urban legends episode. If any of our listeners have any urban legends that they know of that we failed to mention, feel free to jump on our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff, and let us know, about the ones that you recall.
Yeah.
And that'll lead us into Where can they find us? Give them our username.
Yeah. Our social media handles: Facebook at Paycheck and Red, Twitter at Paycheck and Red, Instagram is Paycheck and Red Podcast. If you leave in those little urban legend stories, you can send them to our email, paycheckandred@yahoo.com. You can even find our episodes on YouTube. We made our episodes into little short, not actual videos, but we turn the audio into videos. So, yeah, urban legends and stuff.
Please, if you've ever come across a little clown with an erection, we really want to know about that. We really want to hear about that.
Yeah, we want to hear your clown with a heart-on stories.
Yeah, Red's into that kind of stuff.
You're the one asking for them, not me, bud.
I was asking, for you. I knew you were shy when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Okay, I appreciate it.
All right, well,
hold on. If you want to tell us how we're doing, leave us a review on iTunes or Apple Podcast or whatever. Leave us 5 stars. That kind of helps. It boosts our confidence. We are slowly climbing, people. We are slowly climbing to 1,000 downloads, listens, whatever you guys call it.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes, we can. Absolutely. That was kind of what I was trying to do, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, specifically the views and, listen, according to the statistics that we get, we know that most people are listening to this podcast via Apple products, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you're listening in that format, then there is the reviews and the 5 stars, correct?
Yes.
Ladies, gentlemen, please leave a review. Give us a little rating. You're already there. You're already listening. Just when you're done with it, if it sucks, give us 1 star. If you liked it, give us a few. If you're into it, make just a little comment, a happy face, a thumbs up, whatever.
Yeah, we prefer we prefer the 5-star reviews though. Yeah, if we're doing a shitty job, let us know so we can try to improve. But we prefer those 5-star reviews.
Pretty sure that Red said that he'd even suck your dick if you did that for us.
I'll go as far as to say I'd cup the balls. I'm not going to actually put one in my mouth.
See, there you go. So everybody likes a good ball cupping. So please help us out. Rate, review, smash that like button, subscribe. All that. Is there? Hold on. Can you hear that?
Yeah, it sounds like an airplane or something.
Yeah, it's like there's an air show going on out here or something. All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm getting old. I'm a truck driver. We got to get up at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it is currently 9:02, and the temperature is 98 degrees on this beautiful Monday evening.
Not where I'm at.
What? It's not 9:02 where you're at?
It's not 98 degrees.
Oh. No, I'm sorry. I meant 89 degrees.
It's not that. It's not even that hot here. Yeah.
Well, well, you're in West Virginia. I'm in Florida.
Right. Yeah, but why are we dictating the temperature just by where you're from?
Yeah, right. Touche. And on that note, I gotta go. So, see ya.
Later.